Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Management Advisory Club meeting today. You have the honor and prestige of having yours truly as a guest speaker. Obviously, I'm not going to introduce myself. I want someone on our e-board to do it. But what I will do is I'm going to have Gloria, and by the way, this is Gloria Petruska. I know some of you have not met her yet because she wasn't at her. She is our VP. Thankfully, she's actually going to get her finance class to come here now. So we'll be able to be over. So I'm very happy about that. I just have to pull up the, I have to, Gloria, can you just read off the Instagram post that
Yeah, sure.
I might just read that?
Yeah, sure.
Just read it from like my name and then just go all the way down.
Yeah,
until
sure.
the end. But
Okay, sounds good. Just a second. Okay.
and by the way, guys, if you guys have your cameras on, please do. It makes the meeting more engaging and fun as possible. But yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. So like he said, Jack Mitchell will be the guest today. He's a president of the Wealth Management Advisory Club. And he also is a part of the Institute of Management Accountants as he presents IMA and the CMA exam. He's a junior accounting major at FDU Silberman College of Business. He's involved in numerous of clubs at FDU Silberman. He's a member of the Beta Alpha Psi, Nu Sigma Accounting Honor Society, Marketing Club, Finance Club, and the CFA Club. He's also a member of the FDU Silberman's Deans of Student Advisory Board and the e-board member of the Student Management Investment Club at FDU. Plus, on all of that, he's the president of this club, the Wealth Management Advisory Club, and he's participating in the 2022 Bloomberg Global Trading Challenge as a team captain. He has also achieved a lot of certifications ranging from Bloomberg to social media. Outside of the FDU Silberman, he's a member of the New Jersey CPA, IACPA, and New Jersey CPA Morris Sussex Chapter student programs and scholarship committees. Also, a lot of other ones like the IACPA New Jersey Chapter, IGA or New Jersey Chapter, IFA, EMA, IFAC, NICP, PASA, the Young CPA Network, IMA, and IMA Morris Essex Chapter. He is a campus ambassador for Wiley Edge, New Jersey CPA, IMA Centered Collegiate World, Career Village, Buddi, and the World College Poker. He's also not only the director of Buddi's Campus Ambassador Program, but also the Chief Operating Officer at Buddi. He interned with Withum in tax verification in spring 2022 and Deloitte in Audit and Assurance in summer 2022. And he will be interning once again at Withum in spring 2023 in tax. He will be presenting in person, so we encourage all of our forum, to show up in person. Thank you for coming, guys. Okay, now you can start.
Yeah. I thought I had a I thought I had something for this. Oh wait, no, I do. Wait. Oh, silly me. I had my ringer off. That's why. Hold on. Wait. Come on, get this app going. Thanks. Because there's not a lot of people here in forum, and that's why we're asking all of our members at forum, please come in person. That's why we only have one person here today. Please. I don't want to stress that a lot, but please. All righty, let's get this party started. Okay, I gotta get my slides going. This is what you get when you're not prepared on time. So okay, that's there. Joanna's gonna get in. All right, so just have for attendance purposes. Okay, I gotta get my notes now. Edit notes. If I have to, I'm gonna have to. Okay. All right. So welcome everybody. So this is your career, your story. Discover the CMA certification. Yes, I know this presentation will be geared toward accounting, and also I'm going to throw in some finance stuff in for our finance majors. So it might be a little boring, but I promise you it'll come all together at some point. So let's begin on. I know Gloria introduced me, but just to go over a couple other things about myself. I did graduate from Haverford Park High School in 2020, and I'm currently a junior accounting major at FDU. I think Gloria did mention majority of the things that she said. I think she mentioned majority of the things. If my phone would like to actually operate today, CFA club there, yeah, CPA. She didn't mention that, okay. And I'm gonna be entering with tax, entering with Withum in tax in 2023 of January. So today's agenda, so obviously we're actually gonna be add the second part there because rarely IMA campus ambassadors, they usually do not present the CSEA exam, but I felt why not? I'm gonna do it. Kind of a trailblazer, why not? So the first part's with the IMA and the CMA, the careers of management accountant. What is IMA? Gain an edge with the CMA and steps to becoming a CMA. And for most of you probably heard this presentation before. You guys probably watched my presentation last semester when I did it. But this time around in part 2, I'm going to be discussing the CSEA exam, and then we'll have a Q&A session. You guys ask me anything about IMA, CMA, CSEA, anything about me you guys want to know about, no holds barred, you guys can ask me. All right, so part 1, IMA and the CMA. So let's first talk about careers in management accounting. Now, I know there's some people that have known about the CPA and CMA, and they're thinking it's the same thing. It is not the same thing. It is kind of, now I'm looking at it, it is similar in a way because they're both accounting certifications, but they're different at large. So basically for the CPA, relevant certification, it'll be licensed by a U.S. state, and it focuses on historical data. So basically external data, audit, and tax. Funny enough, I'm actually an internship in tax in the spring. So public accountants, they focus on compliance. Now, if you flip that coin over, the management accounting, they basically focus on the internal problems, basically develop, implement, manage, and report. And basically management accountants, they support the creation of value rather than simply measuring it. And the relevant certification is the CMA, the Certified Management Accountant. It is a gold professional certification, and it also focuses on future and supporting on strategy. And by the way, you can take the CMA exam anywhere in the world. CPA is licensed by state. So if you're in New Jersey, you have to take CPA exam in New Jersey. If you live in New York, you know, same stuff. Great. Okay. So who are we and what we do? So it will show us here where management accounts work and the titles it may hold and the titles that actually work. So let's start with the light green boxes. These are some of the titles that internal accountants might hold in the workplace. These titles included are very high level management accountants. Very high level management accountants could also be cost analysis, financial managers, VP of finance, CFOs, controllers, for example. Now watch what happens when we get to here. There. Ooh, look at that. Blue boxes. Now let's look at the blue boxes. These represent examples of work that management accountants are doing on the job. Budgeting and forecasting is a very common job responsibility for management accountants. They also get involved with supporting the decision-making process, analyzing company performance, and internal audit, internal controls, among other things. Now watch what happens to turn it into the gray boxes. Ooh, trying to make it engaging. Finally, the gray boxes, they represent places where you'll find management accountants working. Basically, they work in all sorts of companies and organizations based on government organizations, private firms, multinational corporations, not-for-profit organizations, and also academic institutions. Did you know that we have, at least, if I remember off the top of my head, 3 professors at FDU who actually are certified CMA? And I believe I had 2 of them out of the 3, and probably going to have 1 of them when I get to my senior year. And just to go back on the first slide here, essentially the management accountant helps the company make money, while the public accountant helps the company to stay in compliance with, you know, GAAP and all this other good stuff. So just wanted to state that there. All right, so the management accounting profession. This information is derived from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and tells us that over 75% of accounting and finance professionals in the U.S. are working inside companies and organizations. The other 25% or so are working in professional services, such as your public accounting, who support their clients in audit and tax. For example, Withum, who is in public accounting, as a Deloitte, which they're a private Big 4 accounting. And I hate when this happens on my phone. It's important to understand because if you're starting your career in public accounting, it's very likely within the 3 to 5 years, you'll move the position in the industry. IMA and CMA can help you when you make that transition. And if you start your career in the industry, there are a lot of good opportunities available for you. Again, the IMA and CMA can support you in your career. So what is the future of the accounting profession? Well, let's start basically first with new technologies. There's data analytics and artificial intelligence, AI, blockchain, cryptocurrency. Don't even get me started on that. I own a couple of them, which I actually own for free, but the data analytics knowledge needs to be a part of your skill set today. The AI, artificial intelligence, affects all businesses today and will have an even greater impact in the near future. And blockchain technology is on the horizon. And disruption to accounting profession. And also management accountants are uniquely qualified to manage this change. What do these changes mean to you? I want to ask some people on Zoom, what do these changes, if you're an accounting major, what do these changes mean for you as an accounting major going into the profession? Try to make it as engaging as possible. That's why I'm doing these types of things. So don't feel shy to just turn your mic on and ask. It can be right or wrong, no problem. Who wants to answer? Well, IMA can help you prepare for these challenges through certification, educational resources, and networking. So where do management accountants work? They basically work at these companies, and even companies all around the globe. Like, for example, they work at Tesla. I know Elon Musk. I know he's about to purchase Twitter, which is very controversial. And hey, look, Goldman Sachs, we had him in last week. Go watch that video on their YouTube channel right now. Chris Winters came in and spoke to us. Apple, Google, and KPMG, who we might be able to come in the next 2 weeks. Never know. Maybe it might be them. All these companies who are publicly traded, privately held, nonprofit, government, small business need accounting and financial management professionals with good planning, budgeting, and decision skills. So here's basically, I'd like to now share with you guys a real life example of someone who worked as a management accountant. We first have Diana Isvor, who is a CMA, is a senior financial analyst at Cummins. So basically, I'm not going to read all this, but I will read the advice from each of these people. And the advice is take advantage of the CMA Scholarship and take the exam while you're still in school. And I will talk to you about how that's even possible to be done when we get to that slide. And by the way, I will send this slide deck to all of our members. So if you guys want to watch, follow along when you watch the recording of it, you can. Next, we have Michael Kelly, who's a CMA and also CPA. Yes, you can actually get your CPA and CMA certification both in the same go. He's a global operations manager at Nike. His advice to all CMA scholarship applicants or even CMA IMA members: dream big, have courage, and work hard. Make time for self-reflection, self-analysis, and see if the work you're doing is getting the results you want. Take an honest look within yourself. If your results aren't there, if you want to see a change, you must make a change. And I definitely agree with him on that. So now I've been talking about IMA. You guys are probably wondering, probably scaling your screens and saying, Jack, what is IMA? Well, I'm going to tell you what IMA is right now. IMA stands for the Institute of Management Accountants. And basically, like, we have in New Jersey, the NJCPA, the New Jersey Certified Public Accountants. Basically, this is another accounting board, like with AICPA. It's basically similar to that. So IMA is a global association with more than 125,000 members who are accounting and finance professionals working in business. Our organization is more than 300 professional and student chapters located in cities and campuses around the world. This creates a great networking opportunity. And funny enough, I did present, I believe, to a couple IMA student chapters, I think last semester, virtually, and it was amazing to see that. And I actually was hoping to get one started at FDU, but I think there's not a lot of engagement going. But like I always say never. Anything can happen. A global network. We have 4 regions and 10 global offices. And did you know, as a fun fact, that the IMA global headquarters is in New Jersey? It's actually in Montville, New Jersey. So anybody goes to the Montville, New Jersey, guys can go say hello over there to the IMA global offices. And it offers a globally recognized certification, the CMA, the Certified Management Accountant. Basically, it's the alternative to the CPA exam for all you accounting majors. In addition to many other career enhancing resources. So what does an IMA student membership benefits are? Well, basically, it'll allow you to have at least, actually, I gotta read from here. There's more than 130 student chapters and over 200 professional chapters around the world. These offer a great opportunity to develop leadership skills and a professional network. IMA holds an annual student leadership conference every single year with more than 600 students, faculty, and speakers and sponsors gather for a fantastic professional development and networking event. I will not reveal where actually I will reveal this when I get to the slide, but it is being held this year. And finally, for the first time in about 2 years, it's actually in person. So thank God we're done with COVID. So yeah, I will mention when those dates are, when you're able to sign up for that. Also, the competition scholarship and awards. I do know that I believe BAP, our own Beta Alpha Psi New Sigma chapter, actually competed in one of these IMA competitions. It was I think it was a case study challenge. I think it was, but and more than $30,000 is awarded each year in scholarships. Be sure to check the IMA website, imanet.org, for details about the various scholarships, the requirements and due dates. Our student case and manuscript competitions allow students to showcase their skills and knowledge. And IMA offers reduced membership and CMA related fees for students. If you're wondering what those fees are, I will explain that when we get to those in just a second. But like I stated in the email on Monday and on today, there are two surprises I have for you guys. So the first surprise is this. Everybody here today is going to be able to get a free IMA course on me and IMA. You can thank us both at the end of this meeting. So basically, you can take the data, and this academic year, IMA is offering two really great courses for free to our student academic members. You can take the data analytics and visualization fundamental certificate and the RPA series for free. Upon completion of these courses, you'll receive a certificate along with a digital badge that you could post on your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn. Actually, more appropriate if you do that. This is a really great way to stand out and show that you're serious about your career. I definitely did take both these courses. They were very, very engaging, very, very exciting to learn. So I definitely suggest that you guys actually take the course. It's free. But yeah, I just want to say that that's the first surprise. So if anyone's wondering how to get involved in IMA and their chapters, basically these are the chapters located in New Jersey. Now, by the way, this is only based in New Jersey area. So if you do live in New York, or if you live in international, like for example, North Macedonia, you live in Europe, I did put a link where you're able to go to all the chapters. They are all there. I will see you I'll see you next week. All right, thanks. And I believe I am a member of the Morris Essex chapter. And funny enough, I did for better lack of term, I actually attended some of these chapter meetings. It's funny, I actually attended one of them that was, and I believe it was in I think in Japan. I think it was actually a Tokyo. IMA Tokyo chapter, and I legit had to wake up so early in the morning for that one, but I learned so much in that time. So I was very, very grateful actually to do it, because all the IMA webinars, majority of them I'll say are free. Other times you have to pay for them, but you know, it is what it is. So now let's talk about the CMA designation, or the C. I don't know why we're having technical difficulties today here, guys. So bear with me. If I could get this going. There we go. Perfect. All right. So what is the CMA? Basically, if you guys know, the CPA Certified Public Accountants, this is basically you take out the P, you put the M in, and what do you get? You get CMA. The CMA is a globally recognized certification, not a license that is granted by a U.S. state. Someone sitting for the CMA in the US is sitting for the same exam as for someone, for example, in China, in Dubai, in the Netherlands, in Europe, or in Australia, for example. The CMA covers critical skills and knowledge that accounting and financial management professionals need to be successful in their careers. CMA are trained to be strategic thinkers. They interpret financial information and provide guidance to senior management to support the company's strategy. I basically think about it like this. It's the best of both worlds. You take accounting majors, you take finance majors, mash them together, you create CMA and IMA. That's how I perceive it. So now you guys are probably all wondering, what does the CMA exam look like? And I promise you, it is not going to be like the CPA exam. We're going to take 4 parts, and it's not going to be like the CFA exam where you have to actually, where it takes you 4 years to get it done. Believe me, it's not going to be that long. It's actually pretty simple. However, if you look at it, you might say, oh my God, it's bad. It really is. And here it is. Ta-da! The CMA exam is comprised of 2 parts, testing your fluency in both accounting and finance. The exams are each 4 hours in length. So if you think about it, you take 4 plus 4, it's basically 8 hours in total, starting with 100 multiple choice questions and concluding with 2 essay scenarios, which are like mini cases. The exam parts can be taken in any order. So if you want to take part 2 first and part 1, knock yourself out, do it. But I would suggest going on part 1, part 2, because it's, logical. I'd rather take it in that order. So this slide provides a high-level overview of the test topics. So basically, let's talk about a little bit about each of these parts. And we want to go more in depth, go to imanet.org to find out what all these do entail. So basically there, okay. So part one of the exam is called Financial Planning, Performance and Analytics, and it has 6 sections to the exam. The first section focuses on external financial reporting decisions, and it covers financial accounting topics, similar to what you guys would learn in your intermediate financial accounting course. So your IFA 1, IFA 2, and IFA 1 and IFA 2. I know there's no IFA 3 here at FDU, so I know that. The next 3 sections, which are planning, budgeting, and forecasting, performance management, and cost management, cover topics that you would learn in your cost or managerial accounting course, such as the master budget process, variance analysis, balanced scorecard, job order costing, activity-based costing, etc. So basically your intro to management, managerial accounting, and your cost accounting classes that basically would apply into here. The 4th section covers the best practices in internal control. And the final 6th section is technology and analytics. It used to be something else, actually used to be 5 in part 1. We actually added something brand new into this one. It actually was 2 years ago we added this in. So basically, this is technology and analytics. This section covers content related to accounting information systems, including topics such as data governance, technology enablement, and data analytics. So basically, when I think for some of our members who are finance or accounting majors, you will probably at one point will be taking AIS. That is basically we learn that stuff. So part 2 of the exam is called Strategic Financial Management. It has 6 sections, and you'll see that it includes some finance topics. The majority of it will be accounting, but there's some finance in there just to spice things up a little bit. So the financial statement analysis section focuses on financial ratios, liquidity, profitability, turnover, etc. You're expected to calculate the ratios and interpret them. For example, how is your company trending over time? And how does it compare to other competitors in your industry? Corporate finance focuses on the risk and return models and financial instruments. Decision analysis covers things like variable and fixed costs, cost, volume, profit analysis, and contribution margin income statements. Risk management focuses on the best practices on enterprise risk management. Companies need to be prepared by managing risks, by identifying them and creating plans to defer, transfer, or in this case, which I think all of us should do, avoid all risks altogether, avoid them. The investment decisions section covers capital budgeting techniques like discounted cash flow methods, NPV, IRR, and other ways to evaluate investments for an organization. And finally, the last section focuses on professional ethics. Yes, I know you guys have probably heard of ethics. It is on the CFA exam, it is on the CPA exam, and it is on the CMA exam. Ethics is such an important part of IMA as well as the accounting profession, also the finance profession as well. We cover IMA's statement on an ethical professional practice in this exam section. So the content covered on the exam is very, very relevant. So if you were to show this list of topics to a senior leader in finance or accounting, they would tell you that they would need employees who have a mastery of these skills. And basically, did anyone out of all these slides I just mentioned, did anything just pop out at you saying, oh, I took that class before and I learned this? It's basically this. All the classes you guys are taking now, your freshman, sophomore, junior year, it's going to help you take the CMA exam. It's basically preparing you for it in a way. Just to throw that caveat in there. And the difference is in the numbers. As the old saying goes, numbers never lie. Each year, the IMA conducts a salary survey of its members and accounting and finance professionals from the U.S. In 2021, the survey showed that in the U.S., CMA certified accounting professionals between the ages of 20 and 29 on average earned 37% more in median total compensation than their non-certified accounting peers. Now, keep this in mind that this does not mean that you're automatically going to receive a 37% pay increase. If you think of that, then do not take the CMA exam, because if that's, you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to take the CMA exam, just going to raise my paycheck, then don't do it. The skills and knowledge that you acquire as a result of CMA, along with hard work, excellent performance, and strong ethics, will help you to become a high achiever, and you can be rewarded over time with a higher salary. The message from the survey is that the CMA certification provides a positive return on investment, ROI, and it's worth your while becoming a CMA. And here are some praises for the CMA exam. I'm not going to read all these because we'll be here forever then. So I will just mention the 3 people that are on the screen right now. So we have David Berg, who's the CMA, who's the president and CEO of US Steel. Ashley B. Gibson, who's a CMA and CPA, and she's a digital finance senior manager at Accenture. And then we have Christian Kuznick, CMA, who was back in 2019-2020, was the chair of the IMA Global Board of Directors and was the VP of Finance for Johnson & Johnson Vision. So we're actually gonna get out of the slideshow for just 1 second. If I can get back out of that, actually, let me. No, no, not that. I think we're gonna play the video. All right, then. I just got to put this out. Take that out. And then let me stop sharing for just 1 second. Does anyone have any questions before I show you guys the video? Anybody? Before I show the video? I'm trying to get out of my. Okay. All right, there we go. I should really get out of there now. Okay, perfect. I'm out of there. You got any questions, guys? Like, I want to make this as engaging as possible for you guys. All right, no one's any questions. I will show the video right about, just gotta share my screen now.
I don't believe there's a limit with the CMA. I think it's valuable in any role, whether that's as an auditor in public accounting or as a controller in a private company, and even as a CEO or CFO.
CMA kind of gets you ready for the real world, especially as a student. It's a way to know what the real world's going to be like and using those skills that you've learned in the classroom, but applying them in a real way.
My decision to take the CMA started when I interned with Cummins. They're huge supporters of IMA and the CMA designation. I can't believe I have a job 1 year in advance.
The CMA creates kind of a gold standard for management accountants. So when someone sees that on your resume, it says, hey, you're a CMA, it's no, I can equate you to all the hardworking people in my firm that have their CMA.
One of my friends told me it best when they said, you know, maybe a CPA certification might get you the interview for a corporate position, but the CMA allows you to keep that position once you get it. So I thought that was really interesting.
I consider the CMA certification to be a business certification more than just an accounting certification, because if you look at the content that's covered on the CMA exam, it's got virtually content from every business area. You're talking about coverage on accounting, finance, production, quality control. It exposes students to be well-rounded business leaders rather than just be in an accounting niche.
Right there, he just said, this exam is really geared towards accounting and finance, but also geared around business at the same time. All right, so I'm going to share my screen once again. I just got to pull it out here. All right. And basically, I'm just going to do it from here because I do have other videos played. So I'm just going to do it from this mode. Okay, so young professionals who pursue the CMA. So we basically have Adam Milano, who is a CMA and CPA over at M&A Advisory at Deloitte. Some people might actually remember this lady right in the middle, Fatima El Wakil, who's a CMA, who's also a global data performance leader at data LICO Unilever, who actually, if you remember, she was actually at the accounting and finance fair at FDU Silberman. She actually was with, I believe, if I remember, I hope I do not mess this up. I think Wilkin Gunnan, right? All right. I don't want to mess that up, so just want to throw that shit out there. And then we have Eric Maurer as a CMA as a financial manager at Cummins Inc. All right, so what are the steps to becoming a CMA? Well, basically, it's very simple. You have to complete both parts of the CMA exam. And the education requirement states that you must have a bachelor's degree from an accredited college or university. The degree can be in any major, however, most CMA candidates held degrees in accounting or finance. Candidates are not required to have already earned a degree in order to sit for the CMA exam. Like I said earlier, you can actually take this exam while you're still in college, which if you watch my Wiley presentation, like I said, the younger you take your exams, you know, the higher chance you'll pass. Often students will sit for the CMA prior to graduation. Candidates just need to complete the degree within 7 years of passing the CMA exam parts. As for the work experience requirements, candidates need to complete 2 years of professional work experience or become a CMA. A complete explanation of the types of positions that fill the work experience requirement are listed on the CMA handbook and on the IMA website. In general, work experience that requires an analysis will qualify, but internships and jobs that are clerkship in nature will not fulfill the work experience requirement. And to maintain the CMA certification, CMAs are required to maintain their membership with the IMA and to complete 30 hours of continuing professional education or CPE each year. Of those 30 hours, at least 2 hours must be in ethics training. And funny enough, I did take one of those classes, I think back last year, and it was virtually, thankfully, and I had to sit through a 2-hour ethics course. It was boring, but I was actually able to learn some stuff on the way. And here's also the cool thing. If you earn any CPE credits from IMA, you could actually transfer them over to your state accounting board, which I was actually able to do that for the NJCPA and IMA. You can actually do, vice versa, which is kind of awesome to do that. So for the exam testing. So basically the exams is computer-based and it's taken at a Prometric testing center. I have heard from past professors I've had, actually current professors. In fact, I actually talked to my auditing professor Tuesday night after class. We talked about, about the CMA exam and also talked about, how the exam works. And he basically told me the story about, how, he had students that actually were going to the Prometric Center. Basically, everything out of your pockets, everything. Take out phones, take out everything, put it in your locker. Like they legit go like serious on it. So don't think if you cheat on the exam, and I even heard this from my professor, if you cheat on the CMA or CPA exam, you're banned for life. So do not even try to cheat on the exam. Please don't. There are 3 testing windows often each year. These are the only months when the CMA exam can be taken. If it's something you want to pursue, I would take a look over at next year's or so to start planning on when you think you might be able to sit for the CMA exam. Take into consideration travel plans, work, family, etc., which I really don't think they'll affect anybody because we're all college students. Figure out which testing window would you want to sit and sort of work backwards. Figure out how much time you want to study each week so you can break down the study time to prepare for the exam. And basically, Wiley CMA Excel can help you with that, which I will mention that when we get to the end. Part 1 and 2, we take it in any order. A lot of people like to take part 1 first because it seems natural to follow the order, like I stated earlier. But you can start with either which one. If you feel like you're more of an accountant and as your strengths, start with part 1, play your strengths, and vice versa. If you feel like you're a finance major, do part 2. Part 2 is a bit more finance content. So if you feel like you're more of a finance person, start with part 2. They do not build on one another. And the CMA candidates schedule their exams on their own at their own pace. Some candidates will try to complete the exam very quickly, which I really do not advise you to do that because then you're just rushing yourself. Unless if you're graduating, getting your master's and you're doing all that, I would say do it so you don't have to worry about it. While others will take more time. On average, most people will take about 12 to 18 months to complete the 2 exam parts, which is basically equivalent to the same amount of time it actually takes to complete all 4 parts of the CPA exam. The current CPA exam, not the new one, which I've explained in previous Wiley presentations, the new CPA evolution. As students, you are at a bit of an advantage because the content is very relevant to what you're learning in the classroom and it's very, very fresh to you. So my advice to you is take the CMA exam while you're still in college. Believe me, it's going to pay off in the end. So now you're probably wondering, what about IMA costs? Well, I'm going to bring that up right now. So becoming a member. So professional members, you basically pay $230 a year with a $15 one-time processing fee. Yeah, you also have to pay for your CMA program entrance fee would be $250, would be a one-time fee. And then register to sit for an exam part is actually $415 per part. So if you really do the math there, that's basically $830 for both parts. However, as students, and since I'm an IMA campus ambassador, I'm able to give you guys some good deals. And this is where my second surprise comes in. Basically, as IMA student members, you get discounted deals on everything IMA. So become an IMA member, $39 a year. Pay the CMA program entrance fee, cut down to $188, which is a one-time fee. And the student members for both set for exam parts, $311, which if you really want to think about it, $622. Compare that to basically $830. Basically, it's oh my God, I really don't want to butcher the number up. I really don't want to do that. Wait. I gotta remember now what the number was. Okay, I got it now in my head. Which is basically a $208 difference. And if you use code campus22, and I highly suggest all accounting and finance majors use this code and go to the website, you can join IMA for just $25 a year. And I am not lying. This is not a joke. This is not a scam. It is legit $25 per year if you use code campus22 at imanet.org. Now I'm going to talk about the CMA Scholarship program. And this is actually kind of a fun story I'm actually going to talk about here. So when I first heard about the CMA and the IMA, I actually went to an IMA student leadership webinar. And funny enough, I saw one of my good friends who actually is the head of the accounting department here at FDU, Professor Ron West. And I did hear about the CMA Scholarship program. So I asked Professor West, I said, hey, I would love to apply for the CMA Scholarship if you would recommend me. He did. And then funny enough, it's actually kind of a funny story. I actually laugh on this. I initially was given the offer to take the scholarship. However, they told me that usually juniors, seniors, you have a chance to get it. So I told them that when I do become a junior, I would take the scholarship. However, one person did back out of it. So I actually got the scholarship for free. Like right there, it was like, okay, here's a scholarship. And not only that, it's actually helped me out a lot. I'm actually going to attend a lot of IMA chapter events virtually, and some in person here in New Jersey. And it's an awesome, way to say, hey, I'm not only a member of NJCPA, but also a member of IMA as well. So to speak about the IMA certification, so the CMA scholarship is available to all accounting and finance students. In order to receive the scholarship, students must be nominated by a faculty member. So yes, you cannot ask me to nominate, as much as I would love to do that. You cannot. Please ask any finance or accounting professors, and believe me, they get the emails from Professor Ron West about this. So please ask them if you want to get nominated. Please do. Please do. That's really the only stipulation that is in the program. Now you guys probably wonder about the benefits. Well, the benefits are this. Students who receive this scholarship will receive at no cost 3 years of IMA student membership. So let's just say if you're a sophomore and you get this, you get IMA for the rest of your time as a college student. The entrance to the CMA exam program. Not only that, 2 CMA exam sitting fees. So if you basically pass the exam on your first attempt, you wouldn't even have to pay a dime for it. Nada, zero, zilch. And you get 1 year's access to Wiley CMA study materials. Please do not look at the link. Use Wiley CMA study materials. All in all, it's actually totals out to more than $2,000. More than $2,000. That's a lot of money. What was I going to say? Make sure you let your professors know about this great opportunity. So now I'm going to be talking about the IMA Accounting and Finance Conference. So we did have one last year. It was held in Dallas, Texas. This year, next year, on June 11th and June 14th, it'll be held in Minneapolis, Minnesota, at the Hyatt Regency in Minneapolis. Basically, this is where all the accounting and finance members of IMA that usually come in for a huge conference. I was not able to actually go to it, but I'm hopeful to be able to come to it this year if I'm actually able to get the money for it. So you never know, anything can happen. But I would definitely take advantage of this if you're an IMA member. If you really want to participate and actually get to network with a lot of professionals, please try and do that. And now mentioning about the Student Leadership Conference. So this year, the IMA Student Leadership Conference will be held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yes, the IMA holds its Student Leadership Conference each November. Last year, the conference was held virtually, and it will not be held virtually this year, but be held in person. This is a one-day event that exclusively, actually not really one day, it used to be virtual, but it's actually a 3-day event that is exclusively designed for students and academics. If you're a student or an academic member, you can attend this conference for free. If you're an IMA member, a student IMA member, you can attend this for free. If not, you can attend it for just $25, which will give you a year of free IMA scholarship right on the bat. So why take the CMA exam now? In closing, I'd like to sum up some of the reasons you consider pursuing the CMA exam. First, you can sit for this exam while you're still a student. You just have to earn your bachelor's degree within 7 years of passing, which I think everyone in this room right now probably can earn. This exam is drawing much of its content from courses that you recently are taking. You may need to refresh your knowledge of some topics, but you won't have to completely relearn the topics. As students, you are much more efficient at studying. You know where to go and focus and how to effectively study. Once you're out of school for a while, you lose that ability. It takes longer to prepare and study for the exams. Students can take advantage of reduced student rates for IMA and CMA fees. I hope you found a way this presentation to be informative and helpful. If you're looking for a way to differentiate yourself, enhance your skills, and earn potential, you should definitely, and I really should say this now, definitely consider CMA. Definitely consider it. And basically, here's a checklist of stuff that you would have to do to kickstart your future career. Join the IMA. Use campus code campus 22 to get $25 on your IMA membership. Talk to professors, CMA Scholarship. So for example, just throw a couple of professors' names out there. Professor Yan, Professor McGregor, Professor Collier, Professor West, just as a few. Ask them to nominate you. They know what's going on. Study and pass the CMA exam, graduate, get your relevant work experience, and add CMA to your business card. And the website is right there, imanet.org. Now, my third surprise, everybody in this room, everybody who watches this is going to get a free complimentary course from Wiley and IMA in Microsoft Excel for accountants. Not only that, as a fourth surprise, you will get 50% off of any review course that we offer. So CPA, CMA, CFA, I would highly, suggest doing CMA because that's what we're talking about today. Scan the QR code, type in the website, and basically get all that good stuff. Now, before I go into part two, does anyone have any questions? Anybody have anything they want to bring up? Anything? It can be anything related to CMA or CPA or anything. We have a quiet crowd today. I was expecting more of an engaging audience, but okay. All right, then. So now I'm going to talk about part two, which is the CSEA. So you probably are shaking your heads like, what the heck is the CSEA? At first, when I looked at this, I'm like, what is this? Because I've always seen on the IMA website, I always see like CSEA. And I'm like, what does it really mean? However, I did some sleuthing and digging, and I figured out what it is. So before I even show you that, oh, not that. I need to get out of this. I need to get out of that, and I need to go to the video. Again, just gonna go to my video. Okie dokie. Actually, am I able to put the video here? Oh, actually, I'm play through here. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right.
Are you currently serving in a leadership position or plan to one day? The CSEA Certification Program builds big picture strategy and analytical skills that help you and your organization meet the future with insight, agility, and confidence. You'll dive deep into strategic concepts, tools, and processes that become increasingly more important as you move up the leadership ranks, including strategic analysis and planning, creating and sustaining competitive advantage, and strategy implementation and performance evaluation. This certification is designed specifically for finance and accounting professionals who have earned the CMA, requiring you to apply your advanced knowledge of management accounting, business operations, and data-driven decision-making to strategy and leadership challenges. To study for the certification, you have flexible learning options. Create a personalized study plan by using
Oh, geez, I forgot. I'm sharing my. Damn, that is a mistake on my end. I apologize for that. Okay, why don't I not show you guys the video? I can just go right to the slide here. That's on my bad. So what is the CSEA? So the CSEA is Certified in Strategy and Competitive Analysis. It's basically a certification designated for IMA members who have passed both parts of the CMA exam. It helps you focus on expanding your strategic planning and analyst skills. It also helps you master the concepts and techniques that are required to become a key player in the driving strategic planning process at your organization. So who is the CSEA for? Basically, it's for accounting and finance professionals. So you guys are on this meeting and people are watching this right now. You guys hold positions ranging from staff accountant to CFO and also aspiring to expand their strategy knowledge for current or future roles. So steps to becoming a CSEA. So you have to complete the CMA exam. You must have your bachelor's degree from accredited college, university, name major. Pay for the CSEA program entry, an active member with an IMA, and also comply with the IMA statement of ethical professional practice. Now you're probably wondering, what does the exam look like? Is it the same as the CPA exam, the same as the CMA exam, the same as the CFA exam? To answer those questions, it's absolutely not like that. And it's actually very simple. However, when I show it to you guys, you're like, what? Don't worry, I'm going to explain it right about now. So the CMA exam structure, the CSEA exam structure basically is one exam. It's 3 hours long with 60 multiple choice questions solved by one case study scenario. So basically it covers three huge pieces of it. Strategic analysis, which is 25% of the exam, creative competitive advantage, which is 40% of the exam, and then the strategy implemented performance evaluation, which is 35% of the exam right there. And basically the strategic analysis basically focuses on the strategic planning process, environmental scan and competitive analysis, and internal analysis. while creative competitive advantages also talks about what is competitive advantage, strategy in a global context, business level strategies, corporate level strategies, functional level strategies, and sustaining competitive advantages. And then for strategy implemented performance evaluation, it basically talks about analyzing strategic alternatives, risk management, strategic implementation, strategy measurement and organizational performance, and government and social responsibility and ethics. And I'm not going to really show the video because I feel you guys are tired of seeing videos, so I'm not going to show them. But like I said, I will share this slide deck with you guys probably the day after I get this filmed. I definitely will show it there. So the CSEA cost. So basically, to pay for the CSEA program entry fee is actually a one-time fee of $75, and then the registration fee is $300. And this is actually optional, which I really think you guys should consider doing if you're planning on taking the CSEA exam. Is taking the IMA Strategy Competitive Analysis Learning Series. It's basically worth it if you're going to plan on taking CSEA exam, which I am definitely not going to take, but I might. You never know, anything can happen in my life, but you never know. So then what happens after you pass the CSEA exam? So once you have passed the CSEA exam, here's what you can expect. Your official CSEA certification will be mailed to you within 2 weeks of passing the exam if you remain a CFA or CFM in good standing. You'll receive your CSEA digital badge and an email from our partner Claim. By passing the exam, you will earn 30 CPE credits, which you can use towards your annual CPE requirements. Let me say that again, 30 CPE credits. That's a lot of credits. Usually you would get those by attending NJCPA conferences or AICPA conferences. Like, for that amount, I would definitely do it just to get the CPE credits and also get the certification. And in order to maintain your CSEA certification, remember to keep your IMA membership and your CFA in good standing, ensuring that you comply with the annual CMA requirements of 30 CPE credits. So with that, it is time for the Q&A session. You guys have any questions for me? Anything, accounting, finance, CMA, CFA, CPA, ask me, because we have a lot of time on our hands, guys. So any questions you guys have for me? Quiet crowded today. Are we really that quiet today? Nobody's asking any questions. I know I did that good of a job. I didn't know I did that really good of a job. Anybody have any questions? Nobody? Really? That sucks. Yeah, we'll be out of here in like 5 minutes. No, sorry about that. I forget that I actually have the people come in this room at 6 p.m. for class. I completely forgot that. Okay, so with that, I guess that'll be the end of my spiel. Thank you guys so much for listening to my presentation. But before we end this,
I'm sorry for interrupting. Can you share the QR code?
for it, that's what I'm about to do. But everyone, please stay on. We have a couple announcements to make. It will not be actually. I will record this part of it because I do have a little surprise I will show. But for everybody, it's time for those PDP points. Yes. I know most people really don't care about the PDP points, but I am a sucker for those things. Like, I literally ask them, like, can I get PDP points for this? I want to get more. I'm actually on the verge of getting 8,000. So I'm literally like almost there. I just need them to just be very, easy with me. Okay, let me share the QR code for everybody. It's up there. It's actually 20 points for the day. So it's not really, and it actually is level 2 points, I think. Well, so. Yay. All right, I'm going to put that up there for about a minute or so, and then I'm going to make a couple announcements, and then we'll be done for the week. So everyone got it? Good. All righty then. Let me make sure I close the door for this. All right, so next week's meeting is going to be in person. Our speaker will be coming in person. So I highly suggest for any of our members who are here right now in person forum, please show up and dress business casual. Please do. I cannot stress that enough. It will be PKF O'Connor's Davies. It will be Kaylee Donna. Sorry if I butchered her last name wrong. Donnellan. You might remember her. She was at the Accounting and Finance Fair last month, so you probably remember her face. But she will be coming in on the 13th, 5 p.m. in Mansion Room 12. And also, I will announce that it's soon next week. We will finally, after weeks and weeks of figuring this out, we are actually going to have the meetings in person at Metro finally. For after a month of figuring this out, we are actually going to have them in person. When I will make the announcement what room will be, I'll make the announcement on Instagram. And our upcoming meetings, the 20th, it will be a mystery guest. I will not tell you guys who it is because it's a surprise. Then the 27th, 2 meetings, Bonafide Wealth, 5 p.m. in here in Mansion Room 12, and then 6 p.m. with Brown Birds Harriman. It'll be a PDP WMA crossover event. That will be a forum exclusive event. It will not be recorded. So if you're in person, I highly suggest you go. If you can't, I get it. But that will be in the mansion for that. All right. So reminder. So if this is your first meeting, please see me after the meeting. And I'd like to announce that we have a brand new, after months of trying to figure out who's going to be our new publicist, I actually figured out who it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, our brand new publicist of the WMA Club, Mitchell McPaul, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mitchell, I don't know if you want to introduce yourself to everybody because this is, oh, there you go. I thought you were actually going to put your camera on.
There we go, yeah. What's up, guys? Mitchell. Yeah, glad to be working with you. Thank you.
Hi, welcome.
One and done deal. That's what I like to see there. All righty. If anyone has any discounts on Wiley products, please see me. Use discount code Jack Mitchell 20 to get 20% off your pop-up order. And I would finally like to end this off by saying that as of this very moment, we have finally made a website for the WMA Club, and it is officially up right now. And I'm about to show you guys what it looks like. I'm not going to go through everything because I want you guys to see that on your own. But this is what it looks like from a view. Oh, yeah. Took me about 2 weeks to build the entire thing. So you guys can thank me for this. This will be constantly updated. And not only that, all of our meetings, meeting Zoom links will be on here. And this does not mean that we're getting rid of the link tree. We're going to keep it there. But obviously, this is there. I think no FDU Silberman Business Club has ever done this before, but I think we're the first. So I'm very excited to be doing that. We also have brand new social media accounts: Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, all of them under the same name, FDU WMA. Please follow those accounts. Please do. Markets update every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Download suitable if you had not done so. Please do. And also, we are looking for a new, actually, we're looking for a co-social media chair. So if you know anyone who's a good digital marketing major or anyone that's good at posting social media, please send them over to me or Gloria, and we can actually talk to them and see potentially have them join the e-board at some point. I think I touched everything. Oh, and one more thing. I forgot to mention this. So we are going to be doing something very special. It's kind of a fundraising thing that we're doing for the club. We're going to be partnering up with Be Real. I know most people probably have heard of the app before. I know it's Be Real. So basically what we're going to have you guys do is basically, ask your friends, your family, your teachers, or anybody to download the app. And basically what that will happen is it'll basically give us enough money to raise for the club. And basically that money we get, we basically will use to buy a Zoom license or a pizza party or have bigger meetings. I don't know. You guys come with the ideas for it, but that's what we are doing. So I hope you guys are excited about this idea. And then, yeah, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns want to bring up to me or the e-board before we all part ways for the week? Going once, twice, thrice, sold. All righty, guys, hold on, let me make sure I end the recording. And